Hello everyone. I hope each and everyone at your place is safe and doing fine. I am Dr. Shweta Rambia. I have 8 years of experience as a private practitioner in dermatology and I practice in Malad, Mumbai. Today we will understand the basics of skin allergy and common skin diseases and their management. Nowadays, patients are frequently coming with various skin problems. Therefore, it is crucial to be familiar with the treatments for several of these common skin disorders. The most common skin condition can have some symptoms that are similar, so it is important to understand the differences between them. A number of skin conditions last a long time. Some may start in childhood and continue into adulthood. In some cases, the condition will not always be present but will flare up at certain times. The first condition is seborrheic dermatitis. It can present in childhood or else even in adults. So in babies, this is commonly known as cradle cap, which shows greasy and scaly patches on the scalp, which is harmless and usually goes away on its own. In mid-childhood and even in adulthood, seborrheic dermatitis may appear on the scalp, on the chest and back, and is prone to flare up in certain weather. The affected skin may be reddish, swollen and appear greasy. A white to yellow crust may appear on the surface of the skin as well. Many treatments help to bring relief from the symptoms. Next is moles. These are extra growth of skin. Common growths on the skin that appear when the skin cells bunch up with tissues surrounding them. Most people have moles and may develop new ones from time to time. Moles have no symptoms but should be regularly checked if they grow larger, appear abnormal or change in color. Abnormal moles may lead to melanoma, a serious and life-threatening skin cancer. If moles have asymmetrical shape, ragged edges, uneven colors or even change in size, they should be checked. Patients with melanoma may have to be excised surgically, or they can be given chemotherapy or radiation treatments. Next condition is rosacea. The skin condition rosacea is most commonly associated with redness. It has various types. The common symptoms are redness on the face, on the nose and on the cheeks as a butterfly area of the face. There can be visible blood vessels and flushing. Also, it can be accompanied by breakouts which are looking like acne. Eyes can be involved in patients with rosacea. They can have red eyes and swollen eyelid. In severe cases of rosacea, the skin thickens and something is called as rhinophyma. Next condition is lupus. It is autoimmune disorder. This disease attacks the immune system and causes inflammation and pain. While lupus can affect any part of the body, symptoms of the skin include patches on the butterfly area of the nose and cheeks, and also they have painless ulcers in the mouth. It can be accompanied by systemic symptoms like fever, fatigue and even painful and stiff joints. Next condition is psoriasis. This is an autoimmune disorder. Symptoms include typical patches of scaly, itchy skin which is present on the extensor surface of the elbows, knees and can be present on the scalp. There are different types of psoriasis. The chronic plaque psoriasis is one which is present for many years and it has thick red patches of skin. The patient can also have pustular lesions which is known as pustular psoriasis. They have pus-filled lesions on the skin. If the psoriasis happens on the inner side of the folds of the skin, it is called as inverse psoriasis. Or if it happens in response to an infection in the body, it is known as guttate psoriasis. Next condition is eczema. This condition is commonly found in infants, adults and even in children. Eczema can be of different types. It could be atopic dermatitis or atopic eczema which is seen in children. Atopic eczema can be seen even in adulthood. The patients present with dry skin and itchy lesions on the face, body, and even on the hands and legs. The rashes can be extremely itchy, and most of the patients have dry skin as an accompaniment. If the patient has lesions of eczema for many years, it can cause the skin to become thickened. So this can be treated with medications, topical medications and cream. Next is a condition called as vitiligo. Vitiligo is also known as loss of pigmentation of the skin. It happens because the immune system, the white cells, attack the melanin producing cells, which are known as melanocytes. So people with vitiligo often lose their skin color, and in addition to the skin color, they can also lose the color of the hair in those patches. So vitiligo can be of different types. It can be limited to a certain area where it is called as segmental vitiligo. It can happen on the face, hands and feet, on the lips, and on the tip. Lips and tip vitiligo is known as acral vitiligo. There are various treatments available, which include medical and surgical treatment options. Next comes a condition called as acne. As we all know, acne is a very common skin condition. It can happen in various forms. The patient can have whiteheads, blackheads, papules, and even pustules or pus-filled lesions. They can also have nodules and cysts. All the types of acne are commonly treated with creams, and sometimes in severe condition, oral medications have to be given. Next condition, which is known as hives or urticaria. Urticaria is an allergic skin reaction which happens to factors either inside the body or outside the body. The inside factors can be stress, illness, or even any allergic condition in the body. Next is this hives can be treated with oral antihistamines, and it can be prevented by avoiding certain types of foods. Next is a condition called as warts. These are extra growth of skin which is caused by a virus known as human papilloma virus. Warts are contagious and can appear on any part of the body. It usually transmits from human to human. Warts typically grow on the hand, feet, and can appear anywhere. It can also appear on the face. They often go away with creams or sometimes procedures, removal of the warts, surgical removal, or with liquid nitrogen can be given as a treatment. Next is a condition called as fungal infection. So I will divide the fungal infections into three different types. One is the dermatophytic infection, which we see commonly now. The second is candidiasis caused by Candida albicans, and third is athlete's foot. So first, the commonest is the dermatophyte infection, in which there can be jock itch or patches or ring-like patches on the body, which is caused by a organism called as dermatophytes. If it's very minimal, it can be treated with creams. If it is more, then oral medications are required. Candidiasis is an infection caused by Candida albicans. Patient can have candidal infection in the mouth or sometimes even in the around the urine area. It is common in patients who are on antibiotics for multiple periods or also who are diabetic. The next condition of fungal infection is athlete's foot. This is commonly seen in athletes. As a result of wearing tight shoes and socks, what happens is there is excess sweat accumulation in the foot and in between the toes. So that area becomes soggy, white, cracked and scaly, and it often itches. This again problems can be treated with medicated ointments and a good foot hygiene. Next is a viral infection known as cold sores. Cold sores is red fluid-filled blister which is usually found near the mouth. The sore itself is painful or delicate. Other symptoms include itching or burning sensation on the side before the sore is visible. It is caused by a virus called as human herpes simplex virus. This infection usually resolves with medical treatment within few days to a week. Medical treatment include creams and medications. For all these common infections, if you are suspecting anything, please consult your local and nearest dermatologist for treatment. The earlier the treatment is started, the better it is, because the medications, if they are started within a few days, the treatment is uncomplicated and it heals faster. Thank you so much for your patient listening.